Hi, this is Fern from FML Diversified. Welcome back to my channel. Let's see what we're going to talk about today. Well, I prayed before I came on, and I'm going to pray now. I pray God's will be done. I pray that you will receive from this earthen vessel what God has for you. I'm encouraged. It's a beautiful day today. It's like 81. I think it's Tuesday, the 22nd, 23rd. Kind of get my days. My days run long, and I tell you, for years I've been like, what today? What's today? Or, different ones of us, we would be talking when we're on a project. Right now I'm on a project of concern for me. God's opened the door that I can move into a house now. I was in an apartment before, apartment building, but I grew up in a house. And for those who grew up in a house, living in an apartment building is work. It's a whole nother mindset. So I thank the Lord today for opening a door that I can live in a house. And there's so many more blessings that's attached to it. Yeah, I thank the Lord because this is a stopover of where God has taken me in my life. And I want you to be encouraged today. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care where you've been. I don't care where you are. God will make a way when you want to know God. And I say that because a lot of times as a kid I grew up. And when you're talking about faith, I couldn't tell you what faith was. Because it never was really spoken about a lot. And especially in association to God in my life as a kid growing up. We did go to church. I grew up in the Catholicism church, Catholic. So those who have been and grew up and have been in services in Catholic churches, it's tradition, it's structure. Stand, sit, kneel. You know your different prayers they give you to memorize as a child. Yet you never, and I knew from my mom, she told me that the people weren't allowed to have the Bible. Only the priests were allowed to read the Bible. So the people sitting in the pews, you didn't read the Bible. Unless you maybe snuck or something. So in our house, my mom had her Bible, and I would see her always sitting on the side of the bed, and she would read it. However, she had the strength to say, I'm going to read this Bible. She would read it, yet it's still at another level because in the spiritual realm is where God lives and God abides. And the wonderful thing about God is all supreme and all powerful. He's everywhere. So I'm saying that to say that wherever you are right now, begin to have a heart for God. If you don't know him as the Lord and personal Savior of your life, I'm talking about from the inside out, the outside in. A God who's omnipresent. He's always with you. He made you. He's your manufacturer. He's your creator. Some of this may seem foreign to you. It was with me when I came to my understanding of who God was and still coming and what God wanted for me in my life. So I just want to encourage you, those wherever you are right now, to begin to have a heart to want to know God. Know about him, like where he resides. People say in heaven. And just begin to want to really know who you are, your purpose, why you're on this earth. What does he have in store for you? God has so much in store for his people, his creation. He created everyone, whether good or bad, good and evil, good. God made all of us. The things that happen in our life, generations ago, generational curses or blessings, and growing up, if you know the Lord and you grew up in a family who was prayed but you strayed away, God is still alive and God is still well. So just have a heart to begin to say, well, God, what about me? What about my life? I don't care what you've been through. God will reach down and grab you up and say, look, I love you. I love you. I am God, and I am your manufacturer. I'm the one who made you. So I want you to know, in this move today, I went out, I had to do some things. I tell you, you got to battle through. And what I mean by battle is sometimes you got to just hold your peace and you got to watch God in action. He is the God of impossibilities. So I want you to know that on your journey, get up. If you are sitting there, and I talked about the last time I was on, if you are sitting there and you're not doing anything and you're just scrolling, I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I'm going to share with you what I learned years ago. I was young. I was about 19, 20, just had a baby. Went to college. Dropped out of college. And I'm not going to say dropped out. My dad came and got me. He brought me back to Connecticut. And I had my baby at home. My mom was like, well, 2 women can't live together, so guess what? You out. You got to get your home. 19, graduated from high school, no degree, no vision for my future. And I was like, well, where am I going to go? That's a whole nother story. I want you to know that God sees you. I especially want to talk to the younger generation. I'm talking about from 6, 7, 8 years old. And I was going to do this in another video, but I'm going to do it now because it always weighs on my heart. My concern for the younger generation. And where are you going in your life? What are the things you're doing? What are the things you're seeing? And I just want to share this with you, younger generation. Boy, girl, God made male and female. We're going to go right there. I want you to know that you're important to God and God knows who you are. He knows your name. Whether you changed it, somebody else changed it. He knows your name and who he called you to be. He knows your purpose. So with that to say for the younger generations, whatever you're doing, and if it's not good, stop. Whatever you're thinking, if it's not good, stop. You can stop. You can quickly, in an instant, change your thought. Because one thing, there's people who believe in the devil and there's people who don't believe in the devil. And sometimes you wonder why all bad things happen to you. A lot of times it's the things we thinking, along with a whole lot of other spiritual things. But I want you to know today you're important to God. God knows you. He knows where you are. He knows your situation. And I want you to begin to just seek God, seeking God, acknowledging God. God, what about me? What about my life? What am I supposed to be doing? What can I do? Where can I go? See, as a young girl, I spent a lot of times by myself. So I thought I was. I didn't know God was there with me, carrying me through every situation, every dark time, every thought, every downtime. Because you could be in a whole room crowded with people, parties and picnics and, hey, let's have a good time. And you could be so alone in your heart, in your mind. That spirit of depression comes to tear you up. You ain't wanted, you ain't loved. So you begin to do things. I want you to know, stop for your own sake. Because the consequences you don't know. It may seem like fun in the beginning, but let me tell you something. That fun, there's a consequences for fun. And that's a whole nother thing. There's so much I just want to pour out to this younger generation. Don't run with the crowd. I don't care if they is all dressed up looking like they going to the Taj Mahal. I don't care what they look like. They may look like Barbie. They may look like Ken. They may look like Dapper Dan. Don't follow the crowd. You don't know where the crowd is headed. Your girl, your boy, I'm down with you. You don't know where they're headed. Because as you go up the next road, the next day, the next month, the next year, they could be gone. Don't pick up things that don't service you. Cigarettes, a drink, a shot, those smoking things, those girls I seen walking down the street the other day puffing and toting. And I'm going to tell you, to be honest, one of them looked like she could have an asthma attack any minute, because once that smoke get in your lungs, it's it. The first time seems fun. I started smoking at 8 years old. 8 years old. I saw my mom smoking, my dad smoking. Then I got around a group of kids who were sneaking smoking. I started smoking at 8, on and off through the years. I want you to know, younger generation, there's so many good and great things in this world for you. If you don't know what you could do, Start writing. Get a pen and a piece of paper. Get a board. Get some chalk. Get some paint. Don't destroy other people's property, but begin to make things, carve things. Years ago, the men and the boys and the people used to whittle with a knife, and they would carve. Begin to go to the free museums. Get yourself together, or ask an aunt or uncle, somebody who's safe to be with, because everybody who's an aunt and uncle is not safe to be with. Because if they ain't doing right and they ain't going to teach you right, go the other way. Nah, no thanks. Because, we're going to have a good time. We're going to be chilling, doing what? Smoking, drinking, pumping the music, shaking your stuff. I'm here to tell you today, shaking your stuff ain't nothing. Because at the end of the day, you could be shaken by yourself. I'm concerned about this younger generation, the things they see, the things they hear. The girl in the parking lot yesterday, I'm driving down, and this guy did something crazy driving by me and stuff like that in the traffic. And then this 3 little girls walking up to Walmart, and one of them goes, she seen me checking the men and saying something, and she goes, that B. I had got like looking at her like, you ain't no more than 13, 14, and you calling somebody a B. But that's the language from what I hear that y'all who are younger is used to. That's not it. Well, who this be out here telling me that I shouldn't? You could do whatever you want to do. I'm telling you. But there's a consequence at the end of all your B. And don't let them boys call you out of your name. Your name is the name your mother gave you. Your dad gave you. Your grandma gave you. If you don't like it, use it anyway until you're old enough to go to court and change your name. And if you want to change it to B, change it to B. Because if you go and look up and Google what a B is, then you could change it to that. If that's your prerogative. Wasn't there a song out years ago called That's My Prerogative? Well, guess what? Everybody has the prerogative to make choices. But I'm speaking to those young kids who seem like there's nothing to do. They just wander from place to place, wander to people's house, wander to this one's house, seeing what the crew's doing down the street. You can do so many different things. You could paint. Like I said, you could read, you could write, you could go to the library, you could go ask Mr. or Miss Jones, could you help them with their garden or sweep up around the house, make some couple of extra dollars and stuff like that. It's the way that you carry yourself that people will invite you into their space. But if you carry yourself with a M and an F and a B and an A, you ain't getting in. You ain't coming to my house doing that. Because if I don't do it in my house, you ain't coming in my house doing it. I got a situation going on with a granddaughter now. She's older. And whatever the devil has been telling her, see, I raised her for a point in her life. And I know I took care of her. I know she would be in the back of my car whining and crying. And God has set it up where one of the sisters in the ministry I was in, she babysat for her while I worked. And I would pay her $10 a day. That was $10 a day was a lot. Because that was $50. I was coming out, $30. I was coming out a week or every 2 weeks. But I took her. And I loved on her. And I cared. Because that's a whole nother story. The devil was after that girl before she was even on the earth. So don't play with people who are helping you. Disrespecting your mom and your dad and your grandma, especially if your grandmother decided, now you are, I'm going to tell you, you are invading her space to her liberty and her life because now she's not doing what she want to do because she's trying to take care of you and maybe you and your siblings. So younger generation, a party is nothing because at 12 o'clock when the light goes on or 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, whatever time they say, last call for alcohol, I was out there, yes I was. And the light go on and you look around. I want you to begin to look around when you go to these house parties and look around and say, just stop and look and go, oh my goodness. You don't know if these people are half crazed. Sipping, snorting, smoking, shooting. And they don't know the consequences. Because I know what my Bible tells me is heaven or hell. And if you want to live the rest of this on this earth, you can live in hell on this earth. But that's your prerogative. That's your prerogative. You could do anything you want to do because God gave us free will, free choice. I choose God's will for my life. I hope you choose God's will for your life because he's a good God. Like I said, you may not be going to the Taj Mahal, but you can have so much joy and thanksgiving in your heart and in your mind. And I don't care what Susie Bonnet down the street is wearing and doing, and she got the latest Vogue and the latest Gucci. That stuff, I'm going to tell you, I go to the Goodwill. I've been cleaning out houses for the past 25, 30 years, and to see the stuff sitting there ain't worth nothing. Because if the store don't take and buy it back from you, to me, it's nothing but trash. Trash. When you go to the consignment stores, and the consignment stores won't buy it. Well, I paid, or I come out with a leather coat, and it's a brand new leather coat, but it's not in season, or it doesn't sell well here. So you know what? You need to get it together and just stop. Just stop chasing things, chasing money, chasing men, chasing women, and just stop and say, God, I need you. I need your help. Because I would rather have peace and live in safety than to be with a crowd of people and don't know if I'm going to wake up in safety. Young people, stop disrespecting your parents and those who are trying to care for you in the right way. As long as it's the right way and it's legal. But if they come and touch you, you better say back up and look at them like you crazy. Look at them like they're crazy. You gotta be, what? And you better walk away. So I'm here to tell you today that you are loved by God. God has a future and plans for you. But guess what? You got to have a future and a plan in your heart and in your mind. You got to see yourself doing well and good. And you got to have that mindset. Because depression and misery and gloom is always going to want to take your mind over to make it seem like you're not important. We're all important to God. God considers everyone in the Bible. Those and things come upon people in the Bible is because of the choices that a lot of them they made or people that was around them making. I'm trying to escape that fly. But I'm here to tell you, I want you to be encouraged today and really begin to sit down and move around. Get out of that TV. TV is a no. It comes to destroy you because if that's all you're seeing on TV, then that's what you're going to think, and that's what you're going to be doing. What you're going to be doing, 75 and 80 sitting up there just watching TV? I see a lot of 75 years old up there getting around doing well for themselves. Looking good and doing well. Their businesses, a lot of people are starting businesses. You can do it. Little by little, the little things my pastor taught me. The Lord taught her little by little. One day I walked in the backyard of one of the homes that she owned, and she was cleaning the backyard up because a lot of us who were younger at that time, or some of us are older, had decided we were going to do our thing. And whenever you was in her ministry and you wanted to do your thing and the Lord told her, step back, that means you was on your own. But then when you get out there and you don't know what to do, you be like, help, Jesus, help. I'm going to tell you, I cried for help a whole lot of days, and I'm still asking God to help me. We're not perfect, but yet you can have a better life. So you younger generations, stop looking and peeking at these grown adults. And a lot of them don't know what they're doing. They just doing wherever the wind and wherever the wind is blowing them. Disrespectful to themselves. Because disrespect start with yourself, and then it flows over to someone else. And I'm going to give you this last thing. Young parents and parents, stop cussing at your children. Because what you do is what they pick up on. And when you look up and your child cuss at you, you're not going to be happy. I had it, experienced it. Yes, I did with my son. I came floating down my stairs, out the bedrooms, down the stairs, and that sucker called me out my name. I was hurt. It wasn't even jumping on him. It was the fact that my own son will call me out my name. And I birthed him. I brought him home from the hospital. I used to wake up cussing. I used to go to bed cussing. But it didn't pay my bills. And when you stop and you hear yourself cussing, It's just because you don't got another word to say. You got vocabulary, but that frustration and that anger and that hurt and that sorrow will make you cuss. And it's not funny. And young ladies, if you want a true man, and some of y'all say you want a man of God, if he's a man of God and he's truly doing, and he truly loved the Lord, you ain't going to be his pick. Because he's going to be able to pick up on you in a second. I don't care what you got on. I don't care how short you put it on. And I don't care how high it could go up over your head. You is not going to be Mrs. So become a Mrs. Pull your skirt down. They're looking for real women of God. And we ain't perfect. I'm a woman of God. I'm not perfect. But I know what I don't want. I know I want respect for myself. And I know when I look in the mirror, I want to see a beauty. Because God said he give you beauty for ashes and the oil of joy for mourning. God, I've mourned a lot of days in my life. And if you don't know what the word mourn is or definition, go look it up, Google it. And keep going until you know in your spirit, right? You know the spirit of word. Begin to use your dictionary. Google it. And watch Google. You got to go deeper, deeper, deeper. Lord, I want to know more. What does it mean? What's the definition? Till you get to the root of what it means. Because Google lies too. The people inputting all that information, they're not perfect people. So don't you believe everything you see, hear, and read and taste. Don't try everything you are. Because the devil play for keeps. He played for keeps. Well, you know what? You better know that Jesus played for keeps too, because he got up. And he is alive and well. And for you who don't know him, it's time to get to know him. The Bible talks about there's a generation who's not going to know God. Well, I'm here to tell you I'm a generation bearer for the truth. There is a man named Jesus. He's alive and well, and he's standing and sitting wherever you are right now. Just start talking to him. Lord Jesus, I need to know you. I need help. I need help. Don't be afraid to ask for help, because God sent me help. He sent me a wonderful woman of God who since went home to be with the Lord. And that's how I got out. And that's how I'm still coming out, because I want better. And I got grandkids. I got children. I got grown adults. And I got children, and I want the best for them. And I heard a minister say years ago, I was in Richmond, Virginia, and I had moved there. And the young woman, I was in a battered women's shelter. I wasn't battered. I had my problems. Abuse and verbal abuse could be worse than physical abuse. But she took me to this Bible study one night. And the minister said, well, do you know Jesus? And I was like, no. But I thought I was a pretty good person. I did. Hey, you know. But then I found out the truth. I was a sinner. A sinner. And you know what? I wanted a better life, because that's why I left Connecticut, to have a better life. But the life is where you make it. But the choices is, who are you going to serve every day? Who are you going to serve? Are you going to keep wilding out and think it's cute? Bopping your head and you are this and you are that and you are this. Well, I'm here to tell you, there's always going to be somebody with a you or this or that who's better than you and higher than you. And he could bust you down. So I want you to know, you young generations today, there's hope. Stop doing everything you see on TikTok, on the news, and the people sitting around you. Like, cussing is so glamorous. It's not. You get tired. After a while, you get out of breath cussing somebody out. I told you I was a cusser. So I want you to know you're loved. I want you to work it out. If you're having problems with your mom, your dad, your cousin, apologize. Humble yourself. And you tell them you were wrong. You tell them those words, I was wrong. See, it took me a lot of years to tell my mother and them I was wrong. I disrespect. And she gone now. I was wrong. I disobeyed you, Mom. I disobeyed your rules. She gave me rules so that I would be respectable one day. And a lot of heartache. And one of the things my sister said to me after my mom passed, she said, Mommy always worried about you. Mommy always worried about you. Because I wanted to do it Burns way. I know what I'm doing. I know. I ain't know nothing. Because had I known, a lot of the people I was following and being around, I should have never been with. I don't care if they was my cousins, watching my cousins. I don't care if it was my associates. I ain't going to say that it was my friends. Because a friend is someone you know, you like, and you trust. My homeboy got my back how far? My homeboy, but if he going to tell you to hurt somebody. So you could be in a clique. A lot of people want a gang. I wanted to be in gangs. And my pastor said to me one day, "Friend, you got your own gang." I wanted to be in charge because I didn't want nobody to hurt me. And a lot of the ones who's in charge, they just don't want nobody to hurt them. So they get other people to punk out for them. Young people, come on. You could do better. Have a better life. There's so many beautiful things in the world. God's given us so much beauty. Again, he's given us beauty for ashes and the oil of joy for mourning and the garment of praise. So if you don't know Jesus today, I'm inviting you to the word Romans 10:9. We went from one thing when we started the video all the way over here to this. But I want you to know you are loved. You young girls, respect yourself. Don't let nobody disrespect you. And you ain't got to cuss them out. Just don't be around them. Or go the other way. Find something to do. Get into a free sewing class. Go to the library. They got all kind of business things at your local library. Ask them, call them up, go there. And hang out at the library, learn, read books. Because it's going to build your value and your wealth as an individual. But stop. Classroom. And if you're the class clown, sit down. Sit down. Sit down. I was a class clown. That teacher didn't care nothing about me. But you're not there for the teacher. You're there for you. This video is longer than I even expected. But you know what? I give all glory and honor to God because you know what? It's been 2 days and I kept saying I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, and do another video. Be patient with me. Let me get my things together and I want to try to really get out here and start giving you some shorts. So I'm more encouraging starting your businesses, street vending business, hawker or peddler business, flea market business, writing books and stuff, doing gifts and treats and cakes and brownies and things like that. I did it. And I know a lot of y'all are really, really good at it. Sewing, mending clothes, seamstress. Those are things you can make money with and get customers and just have that entrepreneurial. And it's all in the Bible. They took it. They ain't gonna work for nobody else. That's a modern day European mindset to get people to work for them and lie to them. I'm telling you the truth. You can make it. You could do it. And you are somebody. Not could be somebody. You are somebody because God made you. But I want you to have a great day. This is Fern from FML Diversified. I got to get to work working on my project. In the apartment I'm moving into, it's a house. Yeah, it's still my apartment. But I believe in God. I'm going to be owning my own. That's my goal, is to have some commercial real estate. Start thinking big, y'all. You could think bigger, bigger, bigger. Come on. And own some land. Come on. Come on. And if you're in college or if you're in school, start thinking business classes, entrepreneurship. Even if you're going for social work or child psychologist, you can own your own service. You can do it. All right, we'll talk to you again. Again, this is Fern from FML Diversify. Talk to you later, and y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful, beautiful day.